everybody, and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. Oh my god, it's here. It's finally here. We got our first shipment of the Agora AH-64 Apache Longbow. This is so cool. This is one of my most favoriteest helicopters in the entire world. It is so awesome. All that. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. This thing's it's just an absolute beast of a helicopter. It's arguably the most potent and proven military attack helicopter in the world. It was designed by Hughes to replace the AH-1 Cobra back in the day. And it is just amazing. I mean, it's like a flying tank almost. It's kind of like a helicopter version of a A-10 Warthog without the brrr, but it doesn't go burt. It goes kunk, 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 really go. With a 30 millimeter chain gun. It carries a ton of like hydro rockets, Hellfire missiles. It can carry Stinger missiles for air to air. I mean, it could take out other helicopters and aircraft with a Stinger. That's cool. It's big. It's over 2 feet long. It's just a killer. Oh, look at that thing. So cool. I've been waiting for this forever. I am now building my second 1/24th scale military attack helicopter. They're going to be a lovely pair sitting next to each other. So yeah, this thing is just awesome. And the AH-64D is special. This little doobly-doo on here, that's a radome. It allows this to duck and cover behind hills and buildings and other obstacles, and just have this little fella peeking out, and it can track, I believe, 128 targets at once and target up to 16 simultaneously, and in 30 seconds fire off 16 Hellfires at 16 different ground targets and take them out. It could also transmit that data to other Apaches in the area that don't have this, and they could all start launching their Hellfire missiles at those other tanks. So this thing is just nasty. It's awesome. It's got like 2,500 pounds of armor. It's got dual like 2,000 shaft horsepower, General Electric, turbines. In British form, it actually had Rolls-Royce engines that produced like 2,100 shaft horsepower. So that was actually the most powerful Apache ever made, was the one for the Brits. This thing's gone to numerous countries, including but not limited to like Israel, Kuwait, Japan, just Australia order. They have some on order. I don't know if they got them yet. I think they're still inbound. Like the UK, obviously. Yeah, but yeah, this thing is just awesome. And the Marines were like, oh, it looks pretty cool. And then they're just like, no, we're just going to keep upgrading the AH-1 into the Viper. And I'm like, that would be a nice part work as well. As far as helicopters go, military helicopters, this is my personal all-time favorite military helicopter. The Hind is pretty close behind it, though. But yeah, very cool. And yeah, this is a brand new, just released. We've got all the Agora promises and Advantage Club information on the back. And there's James and Liam's signature. I've met Liam in person. He's really awesome. He's a funny guy too. He's got some jokes. But most good businessmen do have good jokes. And we've got a whole like base with all of the loadouts, all the different, the fuel tanks and all the extra missiles and rockets in their cargo pods and racks lined up, ready to go. It's just really cool. You got some little utility carts there. It's cool. You got a little, little service stairs. You could do stickers from like 4 or 5 different countries, I believe. Well, they're not stickers. They're water slide decals, most likely, as any proper model kit would have. So yeah, let's get started on this thing. We're going to use, I guess, so Agora's changed it up. It's not a PDF anymore. It's just like web instructions, which is fine. I could zoom in and everything, and that's cool. But let's open up this little box here. As usual, the usual lovely Agora blue packaging. Oh, we got a little warning thing here. Uh-oh, keep out of reach of children. That should be any model you build. Maintain the minimum distance of 60 cent. Again, it's a kid. Keep hands away. I mean, the rotor blades spin, but I don't think they could cause any actual injury. But you know, Europe's gonna Europe with these warnings here. You know, all that stuff. And the U.S., I mean, we've gotten pretty bad with the safety warnings as well, but not like that. So that's pack 4. Some little parts. Oh, they've changed it up. Look at that. That's a good move. Sorry about that. My throat's still clearing up from the COVID. I am feeling much better, thank you, if anyone's concerned. Yeah, just cut the tape. No more, like, ripping off the cardboard, because that was rather precarious. Got some Cockpit here. That's stage 3. Got some filler cardboard. I'll just get you in the garbage can. There we go. Nice and easy. Here's 2. That's got a rotor blade, and it's got probably a test board. That looks like a test board, probably. A little bit of wiring and some other little bits and pieces. And then here is stage 1 of the honeymoon kit. Now, I call it the honeymoon because the first kit is always in this lovely packaging and on display, and it's officially licensed by Boeing. The Hughes was later bought by McDonnell Douglas. Then McDonnell Douglas was bought. Hughes Helicopters was bought by McDonnell Douglas, and then McDonnell Douglas was later bought, merged, acquired, whatever, by Boeing. So now this is a Boeing officially licensed product. So that's very cool. But yeah, this is cool. Nice new model. So let's get the box out of here, and let's do our ceremonial launch of the Pack 1 box, randomly and precariously, without really any aiming. Well, I hit something, I think. It's fine. Nothing broke. Let's get these out of here. 2, 3, and 4. We'll put you over in the spray booth. Oh, this is so much better with not having to peel off the clamshells. So nice. So the first pack's only 4 stages, but they're pretty packed with parts. You get more per box after that. Not saying I got pack 2, but I got pack 2. We'll be showing you that pretty soon, I guess. Yeah, and then basically once you get one edge unpeeled, you can just slide that out nice and easy. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. I'm very happy with this. Ian is a happy boy. And then, carefuling, there we go. We've freed our parts from their plastic coffin. That is nice. I was like, for a moment, I was like, I'm not sure. I saw some of the preview photos, and they were just funny photos. And I was like, oh, should I repaint it, like do a different green? But that's really nice. That is a really nice paint finish. That is a really nice, like, OD green or whatever green. It's a green, but it's very nice. So, and Apaches are generally, unless I think Israel paints theirs, it might be the only place that paints theirs very differently in a like tan and lighter brown camo scheme, but pretty much everyone else runs straight green. Even the U.S. military, the Army does not do like, Murder Sea camo or any other camo styles that I've seen. I've done some hunting to see if there's any other U.S. paint styles out there besides just plain green, and it's just, well, it's helicopter green, not plain green. But yeah, that's good. So let's start the build of our rotary wing aircraft and see what we got here. Oh, we got some fun stuff. Oh, we have, hold on, one more sacrificial item here. In the garbage. We use good screwdrivers on this channel. And then we've got some little things. So let's break out these instructions. Let me see here. What are we going to do? We're going to take the first LED on its little harness. Come Come on, come on. Oh, the guy that wrapped these into little bundles in the factory. I want to meet him and buy him some fried chicken. I don't know. Tell him to stop tying these things up. Okay, oh, that's a long wire. Okay. And then we've got a little clear part here. Yeah, come on. And we're just going to shove this little LED into there. And yeah, if it's snug enough, it'll probably get, you know, captured somewhere. So there we go. There's that. That looks good. And okay, put that aside. And now we need this little guy. I'm gonna take this, and it's got a couple little pegs. So we're gonna drop that down into there. Come on, go in your home. There we go. And we're gonna just push that into there, so it comes through, like so. And let's see here. Okay. And then we're gonna do this. Let's see here. What are we using? Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not. Here it is. We want this little guy. And we're going to, while holding our finger on the back of that part, we're going to put this into here. And then we got to get a couple of little EP screws on each side here. So let me get those in and I'll be right back. Okay, so those screws are in. Now we're going to take our little ball bearing here. Look at that. That is a nice touch. God, throat clearing, I'm so sorry. And we're going to place the ball bearing on top of here. We're just going to rest it there. Is it shielded or sealed or anything? I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's not spinning very fast, and it's not seeing any elements. It's seeing an RC car. We're going to take this little ring here. I'm going to press this down on top of that. And it doesn't hold all that great. So we're going to take a little crazy glue, a little crazy ex-girlfriend here. We're going to put a little pool of it in our parts tray. I'm going to take a little toothpick here. And we're just going to go around this inside lip of this part. Just a tiny bit of crazy ex-girlfriend glue. There we go. That's that. And then, then we're going to put on a couple of these little tiny handles. So these have an angle to them. So if you see, they have an angle to them. And they want to go in at a certain angle. So like that. Like that. We're going to shove that in there. And it really doesn't want to stay, so it's going to need some crazy glue. But I'm going to get these two glued in. One goes there and one goes there. I'm going to get these glued in and return shortly. All right, so those are glued in there. Looking good. They're nice and solid right now. Wait till I snap one off. Oh boy. Fingers crossed, Ian. We're going to start building part of the tail rotor hub. And this is a very important piece of a helicopter. And we're going to place this part onto the workbench and drop it. And there's a couple of little pins and nubs and holes, type of little divots. We want to get it. Fiddly little, you fiddly little son of a. We're going to go right It's a little bit of a snug. Oh, wait. There we go. I think we got it. I think maybe. Maybe not. Let's go this way. Up, goes right in. I just had it backwards. So that's going to go on there like that. And then we're going to get an AP screw into the middle of that from here. Right through there. All right. Oh, man. I'm so happy building this. I'm so excited. Nothing like, not just a new model on the bench, but like a brand new model just released. Don't over tighten that just until it's really snug, fairly snug, whatever your term of snug is, and then that will fit in there nicely. And that's gonna spin beautifully. There we go. I'll just leave that in there for now, I guess. Let it sit. And next, oh, we got to put more parts on it. So let's grab this little fella. This is going to go down on the shaft. On the shaft. And you want it in this orientation. Okay. So there's a little like lip there. Okay, you want that facing up. Then you're going to shove this in there. And it'll only go in one way. And it's a fairly snug. Yeah, oh, goes right on. Okay. Again, I had it backwards. There's a bigger tab and a smaller tab, and it's only slightly bigger. There we go. So now that's in there. We want to make sure we get it on just right. And we're going to start putting some more parts on. Grab some of these little guys. And we're going to snap the small end. See, there's a small end and a big end. So we're going to put the small end into each of these tabs, just like that. And they just snap right in. So I'm going to get the other three in, and I'll be right back. Now, it is important to know which way you're doing things here. So this is the exact orientation you want these. Two of them are shorter, two of them are longer, and it doesn't just mean opposite. You want this shorter one to line up directly with that, shorter one to line up directly with that, and the longer ones are going to line up with these. Okay, because this has a four-bladed tail rotor, and it's an odd. It's not a perfect cross. It's more like a kind of a narrow X shape, and you know, they designed it because I'm sure there's a story behind it. I didn't see that documentary. I guess it was more efficient. I don't know. Quieter possibly also. I'd have to double check on that. But we're gonna take these blades, and they're both 1A. We can examine them for similarities, but they both look yes, they are both identical. They are. Okay, so great. Now we got to figure out which way these things are going on here. This should be fun. Okay, so we're gonna take with these bits, these pokey bits, these little blocky bits facing up. We're going to mount it into this inner cradle here. I'm assuming something like that. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I get this absolutely right. So the picture has these like that, or like that, or like that. I don't think it matters. But we're going to get this in here. Yes. So we're going to snap this into there. It's just, there we go. This is cool. And then we're going to put up these little short arms And you can see this little hole here, and we're going to put those little short arms up, and we're going to get an EP screw into each of those. So we're going to do that. So EP screws, focus into there, and there's a hole, see? So just like that. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we got that one in, beautiful. And we're gonna get the second one in. Again, the blocky bits face up, and we wanna get it into these little holes right there. And give them a tiny bit of a squeeze. And then we're gonna fold these little arms up and get another pair of EP screws in there. And we're gonna have a beautiful little rotor blade. So give me 1 sec. All right, so there's our rotor blade completed. Nice little intricate thing going on here. Some tilts and angles to it. It's cool. Don't go crazy on those little screws. They're very tiny and they're going into little plastic bits. And there we go. Very nice. Ah, a throat clearing. Okay, so that's it for that stage. There we go. We've got a couple extra screws left over, as is customary and normal. And we're going to chuck our stuff and our toothpick in the garbage. We've got more toothpicks. And let's get out pack 2. And I'm going to get this unpacked because I went on quite the chit-chat at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to get this opened up and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So first we're going to start assembling the seat frame. Or actually, no. We're going to actually start assembling the seat. There we go. Ooh, it's rubbery. Nice. I don't know if this is the pilot or the gunner or whatever you want to, the weapons operator, co-pilot, whatever. Yeah, we got to put some seat belts on here. So we've got 2 different lengths of seat belts. We got 2. Oh, come on, Ian. Come on, Butterfingers. Here we go. Let's get these out of here. We got 2 longer ones. And those are the waist belts, and then we got a shorter sub belt, or the crotch crusher, as we call it in the high performance driving circles. And we're going to stuff these into little holes down here. And they got a little pin, and we're just going to glue them into those little holes like that. So let me get out some crazy glue and put a dab in there, and I'll be right back. Rubber crazy glues crazy fast. It's so nice. So we got those 3 little belts on there. I'll put that over here to dry. Lay it on its back so that you don't have a chance of gluing it to your work mat, like I was just about to do, and I was like, that can't be a good idea. We're going to take out the seat frame. And we're going to apply crazy glue to these 4 ribs inside of there. And then we're going to obviously press in the seat onto the glue. So let me get some crazy glue on there and shove the seat on. 1 second, please. All right, so when you're shoving these in, just squeeze these to the side, slide it in via the bottom rails, and then squeeze both the bottom and the back together for, a few seconds, 15 seconds or so. And now she's all glued together. That's looking nice. And then let's see here. Oh, and then we're gonna glue these down into these little holes. So there's little pins here, and we're gonna wrap them over, and we're gonna cover up that lovely little tampo print that you can barely make out. But yeah, that's cool. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. And yeah, so let me get those 2 glued down. 1 sec. All right, so those are glued down to the sides. Nice, stowed. I'm going to take the little shoulder harness. Make sure the buckles are facing up. We're going to shove it through this little slot right at the top of the seat. Oh, actually, we want the pin facing down. There's buckles on both sides. There we go. Get it, get it. Get through the hole. Come on. Come on, sucker. Come on. Go in your home. We'll just pull it through from the other side. There we go. And there's a little hole right here and that little pin. And we're going to crazy glue that down in there. So 1 second, please. All right. I'm pretty sure we know where this is going. We got 2 pins here. We got 2 holes in the seat. And we're just going to glue it down to the seat. So it looks like it's stowed. There's no pilot in there, obviously. Now, if we did have, like, you know, a 3D printable, I mean, it would have been nice to have pilots, maybe. But I mean, a model doesn't always have pilots. A model's usually empty. I don't know. It depends on the model, I guess. Aircraft, yeah, when you do a scale model, they're usually not populated. So we're going to glue those down into the holes. And 1 second. Okay, those are glued in, and we're going to continue on the pattern, but this time we have the little 5-way buckle, and we're going to just get that glued down in there. Once again, a little tiny dab will do you. And we're going to put the little buckle in. It only goes one way because it's got a D-shaped hole, right like that. And then we're going to glue this one down right into there. So 1 sec. All right, and there we go. Almost done. We got to put the headrest on there. So let's get a couple of dabs of cray glue. Little crazy ex-girlfriend there. You could just call the glue after the name of your crazy ex-girlfriend. That's actually fun. And then we're going to glue down this little fella. This little guy. Just like that. There we go. You know, whether your ex's name was Jennifer or Ashley or Bambi. Oh God, if it was a Bambi, oh boy, you were dating a stripper. There we go. So, lovely little finished seat there. And well, not quite finished. We've got to put some more parts on here. So we're going to take this side panel, which has a whole bunch of very finely printed Tampo lettering on it, and we're gonna stick that on right here. But I am gonna it press fits pretty well, but I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of glue on there for good measure, and then the other side is gonna go on just like that, and yeah. We'll have this little fella here. That's cool. Awesome. All right, 1 second. Okay, so we're almost done with this, but we got to put this little plate onto these 2 little pegs right there. And for that, I'm going to use a little Tamiya cement. I prefer to use Tamiya cement to crazy glue whenever possible. I don't love crazy glue. It's like I said, it's crazy. And this is being a little pesky to fit. There we go. She's in. Okay. And let's just got a little extra glue squirged out of there. There we go. We got that part on. Looking good. We got to put some frame parts on the back of this seat frame. That should be fun. Okay. We're going to take, let's see. No, first, we're going to take this little fella and mount it into these 4 peg holes there. And then we're going to take this fella and mount it into the 2 upper peg holes right, yeah, like that. So let me get those glued in and I'll be right back. All right, So that's all built up. This seat is very intricate, I gotta say. And now we need these two little elbow things. And you have one that's E and one that's F. E is over here, F is over there. And we're gonna get those glued on. And they are D-shaped holes, so they'll only go on one way. So let's get those on. And this little fella. These look like red projector lights, like cabin lights. You know, obviously for maintaining night vision, you want red. So that's cool. Very nice. Okay. And I think we're done with the seat. We're going to start working on a rotor blade. Exciting. Whoop, whoop. Careful now. Jeez, Ian. Put that over there. Get it out of the path of destruction. That is Ian. And honestly, this rotor blade looks really nice. It's rubbery, so you know it's still it's kind of sharp, I guess. But yeah, it's got a little give to it. It's definitely flexi plastic. Now here's the confusing part. We got 2H and 2J, and they are different and unique. But I'll be damned if I can figure out which one. So I'm gonna figure it out, and then I will be right back to show you which one's which. All right. So with the blade this way, okay, there's one with more of a standoff on it. That goes on this side. And then the one with less standoff, okay, that one goes on this side. And you can see how they line up. Okay. And we're gonna scroll over here, and I'm sure there's these two U-pegs. So we gotta push through. There's hold on a second here. There are right here. So we gotta snip a couple of these pegs. So we need two of these. And we're gonna push these through there. Now if they need glue, I will glue them. But let's get those snipped off and glued in, or pushed in and glued if necessary. 1 second. So those little pegs do press fit through the bottom part here. They're pretty loosey-goosey on the top. I'm not gonna glue them yet, just in case there's some reason they don't tell you to glue them on the instructions, because there could be a reason for that. So there we go. That's one rotor blade, as far as I'm aware, assembled. Now you will attach the tail rotor. Ooh, exciting. Okay, so we're gonna we got an itty bitty little motor here. It's so adorable. Aren't you a cute little motor? Yes, you are. Your mama's little baby motor. Yeah. You want some treats? Huh, little motor? You want a tortilla chip? You want some Tostitos? Wait, you're not Rocket. You don't get Tostitos. And I'm going to smooth out the wire. It's the OCD kicks in. I just have to kind of straighten out the wire. There we go. And we want to then take, is one of these, yeah, there it is. So we want this rotor bracket, and we're going to push the little plug through here. There we go. And pull the motor into there, and it's captured just like that. I'm going to take the other half of this assembly, put it on top of the motor. Very nice. And take our tail rotor, put that aside. We're going to take our tail, and we are going to put our gearbox, come on, focus, onto these two pegs here. There we go. Squeezy, squeezy. Okay. Fair enough. And and then we're going to get a couple of BM screws on here and here. Don't forget to dip those, touch them into your 3-in-1 oil or other whatever oil you're using, because they're going in the metal. 1 second. All right. So our little motor assembly is screwed into the tail, and we're going to shove the tail rotor in there, and it's got a little splined hole, and there's that little gear in there, and we're just going to get it on there and then push it into place. And I'd suggest pushing from this base plate and push that. So you could start separating the rotors from their little mounts. Otherwise, it's not tricky. Then we're going to take our testing board, product placement plug, and trust the copper top. And there is only one 2-plug hole that this will fit into, and that is right there. And we're going to hit, oh, there it goes. Oh, it is practically dead silent. If anything, there's a slight whir that sounds like an actual helicopter tail rotor spinning. Oh, it's so cool. She goes at a good pace, too. Fairly well balanced, a little off balance. I could feel a little vibration. But it is a scale model kit and not a real helicopter, but that's awesome. Is there a way to turn it off? I don't know. It just spins once you plug it in. That's fine. It works. Great. I don't know if we want to test our LED while we're at it. Let's plug that in. See what happens. Hey, it lights up. There we go. Yeah, that button, I don't know what that button does, but it's not for those 2 plugs. So that's done. And that's it. I think, yeah, it's told us to test the LED as well. So that's it. Stage complete. We've got 1 extra push pin left. We're going to keep that for sure, just in case, since I only press fit these pins into the main rotor. And that's all she wrote for stage 2. All right. Number 3. Hello. Ooh, whole bunch of cockpit. That's great. We love cockpit. We just love saying the word cockpit. That's it. It's just an awesome name. Pilot's compartment, piloting area, flight deck is what they say on an airliner, but no, cockpit. Cockpit. So, you know, the tandem seating, the front and back seating set up on the Apache, on attack helicopters, it's a little different than on fighter aircraft, where they have a back seater or a RIO or a WSO, or a radar electronics operator, or a weapons system officer, where they sit at the back of the cockpit in the back seat, pilots at the front seat for the best view. Because the pilot's really actually doing the shooting. He's doing the missiles and the guns. But in the Apache, the guy doing the missiles and the guns is not the pilot. That's the weapons system officer, whatever you want to call them in the Apache. I'll look it up. I'll get it right at some point. If I didn't say at the beginning of the video, check the link below to Agora models. This thing's amazing. But yeah, the pilot sits in the back, but he sits at a higher elevation than the gunner. So this guy, he's got the helmet on with the helmet-mounted cueing system for the 30 millimeter chain gun. So wherever he looks, that gun aims. Like, that's awesome. But yeah, a little different, you know, in helicopters versus fighter jets. Interesting. So yeah. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Got a lot of bits and bobs. So we're going to take this big back panel here. That's pretty cool looking. Nice. And we got to get a part onto the back of here. So that's going to be, is that this little guy? Nope. Which part is that? That's in a baggie, it looks like. Yes. That's right here. Let's see what we do here. Okay. So this has a couple little pegs in there, peg holes. So you got to kind of put it in there and then get it down on the pegs. And let's see. See if we can do this live on camera. Don't! Apparently not. I'm a failure at everything. It doesn't fit through the outside. You got to get through the inside. It's a little tricky. There we go. That is definitely a press fit. That needs no glue. And you've got these little bits sticking out there. It's a tiny detail, but they put it in anyway. And we're going to then take this and put this onto the back of the crew compartment, cockpit, whatever. And then get a couple of BP screws in there. 1 second. Okay, so that's screwed in there. That looks good. This whole cockpit's going to get a little bit of a weathering before it goes. Once it's like assembled and pretty much done, I'm gonna weather it up a bit with, you know, some appropriate stuff. So if we zoom, well, we don't need to zoom in. We've got 2 sets of these. They're mirror image, and it's this little thing and a little pedal, and they should just stick together, and they do. They're quite a good press fit. And this one, and like that. And then we've got this pair done. I'm going to hit them with a tiny bit of Tamiya cement. Oh, see, that one just fell apart. So, little Tamiya cement. 1 second. All right. So, wife brought me some cheese and crackers. I'm so grateful for that. So, our little our anti-torque pedals. These are basically, I mean, I knew what they did. These are the pedals that rotate the helicopter on its z-axis by controlling the rear prop. So these are going to shove down right into the footwell in the front seat area. They're D-shaped. They only go in one way. And they are a fairly snug press fit. But I'll probably still give them a little lick of glue. They just go in like that. And where are my darn instructions? Okay, so those go in there. Then we got these 2 little padded side panels. And we're gonna glue these in on each side. They got 3 little pegs in the back, and you get the 3 little holes there, and they're just gonna glue in there. So I'm gonna get a little CA glue on there and a little CA glue under these pegs, and I'll be right back. Okay. Well, those are in, looking good. And we got to get this little control panel right there and glued down. So let's put a little dab of crazy glue, because it's a plastic part going into metal. So obviously Tamiya cement will not work for that. Come on. There we go. There we are. Come on. Focus. Thank you. And there we go. Very nice. And now we got to get our main control right here. So I painted this medium gray Tamiya and then put the little white and red dots back on it. It was just plain black, but in the instructions, it actually looks like it's gray. So I was confused by that, so I painted it. And that will go down in this little hole right there and glue in there. So I'm gonna get a tiny little dab of crazy glue. There we go. Little ex-girlfriend on the tip. Then we'll shove it in the hole. Like so. Looks like it's in there pretty well. It is a bit of a press fit. There we are. And we got that. And let's keep going. Okay, 3D. So we got this little panel, and that's just going to glue down right here. So, focus. Son of a... I swear, I'm about to fire this camera. Hire a new cinematographer. Ah! Oh, now I'm going to be glued to it. Okay. There we go. So that's in. Next thing is going to be some weird squiggly bit of something. Ah. This looks like the collective control, I think. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. But this is going to go right into here. So there's a hole down at the bottom and that little notch right there. And we're going to just, I guess, shove it into there somehow. There we go. Not much there, but I'm going to put a little glue on it. One sec. Okay, so now we got to put this little guy down. And on the back, you can see that ejector pin mark right in the center. If it's not perfectly smooth, sand it down. I used the cheap glass nail file from Amazon, and it did a great job. Then we'll just get a little dab of crazy glue on here. Okay. And a little that little tab goes towards the inside of the cabin and fits in the slot where the collective tab went, just like that. That's looking very nice. Very nice indeed. And step 13 is we're going to put the gunner seat in. So this was the front seat we were working on. You can see it has a hole right here. There's a big hole down here. And then you're going to just put it in there. And then get an AM screw right in there. So let me screw that in, and I'll be right back. Holy frijoles, look at that. That's looking really nice. That's sweet. That's awesome. It's just black though. Like the whatchamacallit, the hind, it's like all that crazy Russian cockpit teal. It's got a little more chaos and pizzazz to it, but this looks way more high tech. And honestly, the finish of the parts is a lot nicer, and that seat looks great. Like that's a really nice looking cockpit so far. And that's it for that stage, and we're gonna go on to stage 4, which is looks like the front console. Let's see here. There we go. I'm sure I used the wrong word. Slide that out. That system works really well. Keep that up, Agora. I like this honeymoon packaging style. It's very good. So, got all these little parts, including a little circuit board, which is quite nice. So let's go ahead and see what we're doing here. We're going to test this out first. So let's, oh my God. Oh, the wire tying guy must be stopped. Oh, oh, come on. It doesn't matter what company the part work comes from. They all have, every one of them has that guy at the factory who just likes, look at, oh, it's driving me nuts. It's so twisted and weird and, oh, must straighten it out. Oh. It's the weird things that bother me. It's just odd things. I have odd things in this world that bother me. You know what bothers me is bags on doorknobs. That drives me nuts. I don't know why. Bags on doorknobs. It's really weird. Air your grievances below. What weird thing just really irks you? Like something really odd from your daily life where you're like, I don't think this bothers anybody else nearly as much as me. Like, this guy, he doesn't like bags on doorknobs? What the hell is wrong with him? Yes, exactly. We're going to plug it into our test board. And we got 3 nice bright green LEDs. Sweet. Okay. Oh, come on, bags on doorknobs? It shouldn't be done. It's just wrong. Don't do that. Okay, so we're gonna take the main screen housing there, put that down, and it looks like is that where we're putting it? No, we're putting it in the rear part. Sorry, my bad. That's got the 2 screw posts for it, and we're gonna put the lights facing out. I'm gonna get 2 CP screws in here. 1 second. All right, so we've got this screwed in here, and we've got this right here, and we've got to get this wire shoved through this hole in the bottom here. Now, I went ahead and trimmed off just the corners of these tabs. You know, they're not critical for anything, but I trimmed off the little corners to make it, because I test fit it, and it was a little bit difficult to get it through there. So let's try it again. There we go. Goes right through this time. Yep. And I did this first because then it wants you to put in the screen into the front of here. Come on, Ian. Come on, Butterfingers McDuck. There we go. And we're going to just pull this up here and sandwich these together. Okay, is that it? Is that all we're doing? We're just sandwiching them together? Okay, now we got to put on some little press fit parts. We need 4C and 4D. Are these like in a baggie? Oh no, they're not. They're right here. So we got this little fella here. That goes right there. Let's just put it in there while we're yakking away. Oh, that needs glue. And this one right here, and that goes right here. So let me get those glued in, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, we've got that together, and we've got to get some water slides on now. Water slide decals can be a bit intimidating to people if you haven't done it before, but they're very easy. I will show you how to do one, and then I will just do the other 3 real quick off camera. So this looks like one of the main radar screens. Like right there. Come on, focus. Thank you. So we're going to do, it's got to go right there. So let me zoom in. And I'm going to take some tweezers. I'm going to dip this into hot tap water. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi. If you don't say Mississippi, the magic doesn't work. I tell people that joke at work for years now, and you just, there we go. It's already moving. So then I like to use this little rubber cuticle pusher to slide it off and slide it into place, because it won't tear the decal. And it just slides down there, and then we're just gonna ease it into place. Try to get it nice and centered. There we go. There we go. We got a water slide. Focus. This camera is acting up on me. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Okay, it's a ever so tiny bit crooked. There we go. These are great. They're in my Amazon link below. Little tiny cuticle. You get a whole big bag of them for a few bucks on Amazon. So I'm going to get the other two on here. And there's one with a map that goes on this piece of plastic right here. I'm going to put that on as well. And then I will be right back. Okie dokie. So those are on, and they look rather nice, don't they? Yes. That one, and that one up there. There we go. That's a good focus. Finally. Stupid camera. Now we need these control panels here and some screens. So we're going to need one of these. And we're going to shove one of these into each of these. Does that fit? After a fashion. Let's try rotating it. Yeah, that fits better. Okay. Put that in there. And then for this, because there's clear parts involved, I'm not going to use CA glue. They're plastic to plastic. I am going to use Tamiya cement on just the tabs. Don't get the Tamiya cement on the clear part. Okay. I'm going to push that onto there. Let's grab this little bit. Another one. And another clear part here. Let's zoom out a tiny bit so we can see a little more of what we're doing here. And we're going to push one of these little windows into there. And then a little more Tamiya thin, or Tamiya extra thin cement, sorry, onto those tabs. And get that pushed on. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and put together the map viewer. So that's going to be this little fella here. And I think, yeah, that's the orientation you want it. The longer curvy bit at the bottom. We're going to flip her over and throw this clear screen in here. I think this is the way it goes. I could be wrong. Carefuling. Nope. Upside down. It's got a couple little cut corners on here. They're really hard to see. They're going to go towards, I think, the bottom. I'm going to push it in. Come on. Does this have an edge on it? It does. Let me sand the edge off with my clear file. Oh, this is fiddly. Come on, get in there. Maybe these go towards the top. Well, they go in there one way or the other. They go in there some way. Damn it. Let's watch pit stains struggle with one little tiny piece of clear plastic and fail. Urgh. Nope. What is going on here? Oh, I think there's a lot of a lip. Let's see. There you go. If you have that problem, just take your little glass file. Now that should go in. And it does perfectly. Okay, so there was just a little bit of flash from the part sprue, and now that little window's in there. And the little curve corners go near these two pegs that are wider apart. And then we got to do the same thing with the map screen. We're going to drop that into place. And that fits right in. Nice and neat. Look at that. Cool. Oh boy. Okay. And then got this little pedestal that comes out, and it's got 4 little pinholes that line up with these. Come on, focus. 4 little pinholes that line up with these pegs, and I'm just going to take a little Tamiya clear cement on that so that it won't fog up the glass. Okay. Very good. Then we got that. Now this has 3 little pins on it. And that's just going to go straight in there like that. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of, you guessed it, Tamiya thin cement on those pins. We're going to shove it right in there. I don't want to tempt fate with any CA glue when there's any clear plastic anywhere nearby. Look at that. That looks cool. Let's plug her in. See what she looks like. Ooh. That's cool. Very nice. Very cool. Nice green screens, all lit up. The center one's not as bright, but if you cover it, you know, it's going to be nice. It's going to look good. So, very nice. And then this guy is going to go, we're going to take the cable and put it through the hole in the bottom here. Again, cutting those little corners off the tabs makes it go in way, way easy. And we're just going to feed that cable down there. Put it into place. Oh, so precious. And then 1 DP screw in the bottom. Right there. So give me 1 sec. All right. And we're all done. And let's check this out. Garage lights off. Look at that. I mean, the camera blows out the LEDs a bit. But check out the glow. That is so cool. And garage lights back on. Ow, my eyes. And yeah, very nice. Very, very, very cool. Let's... Come on, cable. Come out of there. There we go. So there we go. We've got the front half of the cockpit completed. That I can tell. But yeah, that looks awesome. There's probably a few more things that have to go there. There's probably a heads-up display involved. Those parts are done. That is it for pack 1 of the amazing Agora Apache, the AH-64D Longbow. And obviously we saw the blade spinning. That's so cool. My wife even liked when I started spinning the blades for her. She's like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, you don't call a military attack helicopter cute, damn it. Like, why do women do that? Oh, it's adorable. I'm like, you know, We've all heard it at some point. I hear it when I get undressed. But that being said, we got one of our 4 main rotor blades done. We've got half of our tail pretty much mostly built, and our rotor installed. We have looks like a rear light for the end of the tail, I'm assuming, and the front half of the cockpit done. That's a pretty good honeymoon pack, I have to say. So here we go. Pack 1 done. Again, click the links below to Agora models to check out the model yourself and sign up if you want. If you got the money, if you got the wherewithal, and if you're a huge fan of the AH-64 Apache, you need this thing. It's going to be over 2 feet long. It's going to be massive. It's going to have nearly a 2-foot rotor span. So it's oh man, I love rotary wing aircraft. I really do. So fun. That being said, it's gone together perfectly. No problems. Everything's been great. Like I said, I sanded off a little bit of parts flash on a plastic. It's, you know, they come off parts trees in the factory, and those guys are nipping them off or snapping them off as fast as they can. So, you know, having one of these little glass files handy. There's fancier ones, like you can get the gun primer racer that I have. They work the same. They do pretty much the same thing. And these are way cheaper. You get like 2 of them for like 12 bucks. The racer's like 30. Either way, we didn't do a lot of customization so far, but I am going to do a bit of probably dry brushing and some mild weathering into this. The U.S. helicopters were kept quite clean, I think, so I'm not going to go super dirty like I did on the other helicopter I'm building. But yeah, either way, thank you again for watching. Amazon links below. Please just hit the button. It doesn't hurt. It'll just put more of me in your feed. Oh wait, no. Now no one's gonna hit the like, Ian. Damn it. Comment and either way, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for watching. See you again. Adios, everybody.